Hey, come on in, come on in. What's up? Welcome to Study Buddy Sunday. If you are a nursing student, please let me know what program you are in. LPN, RN, BSN, Accelerated, Bridge. What you got going? And let's get it started. LPN program. Okay, congratulations on your nursing journey. Yes, and y'all know we double tap in and share our school status. So RN, LPN, BSN, accelerated. What are you doing? And for those who have not been here before, hello. I'm Nursia, blessed RN, and I help nursing students with dosage calculations. I specifically use the method of dimensional analysis because you can use it for almost all of your problems, and I show you an easy way how to do it. So, if you are tired of struggling with dosage calculations, you're not as strong at it, you're just kind of confused, then come on, come on in, come on in, come on in. Are in second semester, 1 week from being done. A technique by Shakira. That's what's up. Congratulations on getting through the semester. I'm an RN going back for your BSN. Okay, that's what's up. So BSN, that's the RN part. You've got the hard part out the way, all of the clinical stuff. So mostly your BSN is going to be papers and PICO questions and stuff like that. So yeah, you've gone up the uphill battle. RN first semester. Okay, congratulations. Congratulations, y'all. Do me a favor, make sure that we are engaging in the live and double tap and share for me, please. We are also on YouTube right now. My name on YouTube is a blessed RN. At the beginning of the year, I will be moving to the YouTube channel for the lives. So if you would like to get the notifications and continue studying with me, make sure you follow me over there. All right. And as more people come in, they just have to catch on up because we're about to get started. All right. So I like to start at a little slower paced with hey Australia with conversions, and then we get into some harder things. But you'll notice one thing: we do all of the questions the same method. So what I teach is a puzzle piece study method of dimensional analysis. So when you have kids, or you were a kid and you had a puzzle, it came in a box. That picture on the box was what you wanted your puzzle to look like. That is going to be our goal. So once we read a question tonight, we'll figure out what the goal is, and then we'll pick out our puzzle pieces. Puzzle pieces are your conversions, the elements from the problem that are either by themselves or anything that is relative to each other. So your drug concentrations, your ordered amount if it's a weight-based problem, your weight of your patient. All those things are puzzle pieces. What's together, we stay together. What's by itself, stays by itself. And then we'll start putting our puzzle together. And we always start with what it is that we're looking for. So if we're looking for milliliters, guess what we're going to start with? Milliliters. We're looking for grams or milligrams, we start with that. Is it milliliter per hour? We want milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. We start with milliliter, okay? So you'll catch on pretty quick because I repeat what I say and we do it the exact same way. And that's the way that you get better at these problems. You have to practice, and you have to practice the same way for most of the time. I'm trying to adjust my picture. Here we go. On the YouTube channel. All right, let's do it. So first things first, you must know your metric conversions. That is the number one downfall of people who start with dosage calculations and they think they're gonna come in and just do some magic. You got to know your conversions, okay? Hey, nurse in progress, how you doing? Okay, so 120 milliliters equals how many teaspoons? So what is our goal? Our goal is teaspoons. So I'm gonna write goal. Teaspoon. Okay. So now we need to see what our puzzle pieces are. So we have 120 milliliters. That's what we are converting. And then we need to know our conversion for teaspoons to milliliters. Does anybody on here know how many milliliters are in 1 teaspoon? Put it in the chat if you do. Yes, I made it to 1. I'm so stoked. Oh, hey, how you doing? Second year nursing student in the ADN program. I love these. Oh, good. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you like the live sessions. Okay. Exactly. 5 milliliters is 1 teaspoon. Okay. So that's going to be another puzzle piece. All right. So 1 teaspoon is 5 ml. Okay. All right. So we are looking for teaspoons. So that is what I'm going to start with. A lot of people say they don't know how to set up the problems. So, like I said, we're going to start with what it is that we're looking for. And I'll put my teaspoon on the top and I'll make it first. So 1 teaspoon is 5 milliliters. Okay. So now I've got milliliters on the bottom. That's not part of my goal. So everything else that's not a part of the goal has to get canceled out. You cancel them out by putting the same unit of measure on the top and on the bottom. So in the numerator and the denominator, if we're going to use technical terms, okay? So because I have milliliters at the bottom, I'm going to put my 120 milliliters at the top and it will cancel out. And because that 120 milliliters was single, it was just by itself, I put it over 1. That 1 is a placeholder to show you that it's going to be in the numerator. Because at the end, once we cancel all of our units out and the only thing that's left is what we're looking for, we multiply the numerator, we multiply all our numbers in the denominator, and then we divide the numerator by the denominator. Okay, so the top by the bottom. So everything is gone now. So we can do 120 divided by 5, which I don't know what that is right now. It's 24 teaspoons. Okay, that was all right, wasn't it? Shamira Lee says, I'm terrible at math. That's fine. So if you're not good at math, this method is for you because we don't do any math except for multiplication and division, and that's not until the very end. Okay, so if you're not good at math, dimensional analysis is your girl. All right, let's do another one. Let's add a little flair to it. Oh, here we go. We got some fractions. Fractions. Everybody's best friend. Little broken best friend. Because why are we scared of something that's not even whole? That's a whole word. That's a whole word out there. But anywho, so what we have, 4 1/3 cups equals how many milliliters? Okay. So first things first, we're gonna have to convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction, and I'll go over that really quick to show you how you do that. Okay, so in order to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, you multiply the whole number, so that big number, by the denominator. So we'll do 4 times 3. So that's going to be 12. So then we add the numerator to this number. So plus 1, which is going to be 13. And then we put the whole thing over the original denominator. So 3. See? All right. So our new number is 13 third cups, okay? So if we're looking for milliliters, we need to know some conversions, okay? So our goal is milliliter, all right? And then what do we know? So we got 13 over 3 cups. Is there a conversion directly from cups to milliliters? There is. 1 cup is 240 milliliters. Or if you can't remember that, 3 cups. 1 cup is 8 ounces. And then you would have to know that 1 ounce is 30 milliliters. So either way it goes, I'll show you the long way, which is the cups, the ounces, and the milliliters. If you can't remember that 1 cup is 240 mLs, or then I'll show you the shorter way, okay? All right, so I know that 1 cup is 8 ounces. I know that 1 ounce equals 30 ml. All right, so if I'm looking for milliliter, what do I start with? I start with what I'm looking for, milliliter. So this puzzle piece right here has my milliliters in it, but the milliliters are at the bottom. I need my milliliters to go to the top. Okay, so 30 mLs is 1 ounce. I just flipped it. Pew! And how could you do that, Nursey? Doesn't that change it? No, it doesn't. So remember, I said we're solving puzzles, right? So in real life, if you have a puzzle piece and you have to reposition it so that it can fit, right? That puzzle piece is still that puzzle piece. It's just repositioned. It's the same thing for these relationships or these things that are conversions, okay? So just because I put 30 mLs on top of 1 ounce does not change the fact that 1 ounce equals 30 mLs. Okay, it's just going to be set up to how I want my equation. And this right here, this is how you know how to set things up. That's how you know how to pick out puzzle pieces. Your goal is your best friend, okay? And that's the picture on the puzzle box, all right? So now we have ounces at the bottom. So I've got this puzzle piece right here, and I'll put my ounces over 1 cup. And you see I cross out my units of measure every step. If you're not writing your units of measure by your numbers, you're doing yourself a great disservice. Because how do you know what comes next and what to cross out if you're not writing the unit of measure by the number? Okay, so now we've got cups, right? So this puzzle piece has cups in it, but it's got a fraction. So what do? You just keep the fraction like the fraction, right? So 13 third cups. All right. And you see everything is now gone except for milliliters, which is what we're looking for. So now you multiply all your numerator, all your denominator, divide the numerator by the denominator. All right. So 30 times 8 times 13 equals 3,120. And then divide that by 3. And that's going to be this many mLs. Okay, y'all like that? How y'all liking that so far? Y'all let me know. You're too quiet. You're too quiet. I'm terrible at math, but dimensional analysis has helped me so much with my med math in my program. Awesome, BB. I'm glad to hear it. Hey, love 225. I can't talk. I have dosage calc on Thursday. Okay. All right. So you got one more session with me because I'll be on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock again as well. All right. So what if we knew 1 cup is 240 milliliters? Because this was the kind of Jill Scott way, the long walk around the park after dark, sparking conversation and stuff, right? All right. So if only we knew. All right, so 13 over 3 cups. And then we knew that 1 cup was 240 milliliters. You just put your milliliters on the top, okay? So 240 ml is 1 cup times your 13 over 3 cups. And the cups crosses out. And then you're still left with milliliters. So you see why knowing your conversions matter, okay? So 240 times 13 divided by 3. Same answer. Okay? Thank you for explaining it so thoroughly. You're welcome, Ruby. Doesn't matter if you start with 1 ounce over 30 mLs or 30 mLs over 1 ounce. Trust me, I always start with what it is that I'm looking for. If you start with what you're looking for, you don't have to go and find it. If I start with my milliliters, I know that everything else that comes behind it is going to have to be crossed out. And that's kind of how your dimensional works. So people say, well, don't you want to know another way to do it just to check behind yourself? Nope. Because my dimensional analysis equation is going to show me every part of it. And as long as my equation matches the goal, then I know I've got what the question is asking me for. Okay? Alrighty, so let's do an oral dose question. That makes sense. Yes, make the dollars make sense. All right, anybody who has come in and I have not spoken to, hey, good evening. Let me know what program you're in. LPN, RN, BSN, Accelerated. What's going on in your neck of the woods? All right, so order drug S. Do you have any safe dose? I do, Jasmine. I do. Okay. Drug S, zero point 0.5 milligrams by mouth daily. Available is drug S, 250 microgram scored tablets. How many tablets will you administer? Okie dokie. So, what is our goal? Our goal says how many tablets, right? I don't know. I was about to write goal twice. All right. Go. Tablet. Okay. So, what are our puzzle pieces? All right, we've got zero point 0.5 milligrams is ordered, and then we have 250 micrograms in one tablet. All right, so if I'm looking for tablets, what am I going to start with? Tablet. Okay, so take this puzzle piece right here and flip it. One tablet equals 250 micrograms. Okay, now I've got micrograms at the bottom. I cannot put a milligram on top of a microgram because a microgram is 1,000 times smaller than a milligram, right? But I know that there's a conversion. So this is where your conversions come in. So I'll put my micrograms on the top because I need to cancel out, and my milligram on the bottom. I know that 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram. I'll always put the 1 by the biggest unit of measure, okay? If you're confused about, well, where do you put the 1? What goes on the top? What goes on the bottom? That's how you know, okay? 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. So now I can cross out my micrograms and I have my milligrams left, which is this. So 0 0.5 milligrams over 1. My milligrams crossed out and I'm left with what it is that I'm looking for. Do you see the trend? Do you see the trend? I like it. If you see the trend, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know we doing something. Are we working with fire or is it just floating out here? You got a 2 in here. Ebony. What are we doing? Is that 1 plus 1 is 2? Yeah. Okay, so 1,000 times 0.5 is 500 and divide that by 250 and I get 2 tablets. I'm used to seeing the little kind of looking thing for micrograms. Yeah. So 2 tablets. 2 tablets. All right. I think we warmed up some, so let's get it. Whoo! These are my favorite. Y'all like weight-based? I like weight-based. I've lost my mouse. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying in these chats. In the chats. You got RN Hesse Farm tomorrow. Well, I pray that you do very well, Tatted Brat. I love it. Okay, Mrs. Symphony Sunshine. I'm glad you like it here. Okay, all these ones. I don't like any. Oh no. Well, hopefully you grow to love them because they're just fun after you get the hang of it, okay? All right, so weight-based problems. For a weight-based problem, we need 3 things, okay? We need PPP, and that's not the loan that people got from the government. It's patient's weight, your prescription, and your product, okay? 3 things: the patient's weight, the prescription, which is your order, and the product, which is going to be the concentration of the medicine, okay? So let's do it. The medication order reads 15 milligrams per kilogram per dose by mouth QAH. So that's every 8 hours. The child weighs 47 kgs. Drug E is available in the concentration of 250 mgs per 5 mLs. How many milliliters of the drug will you administer to this child? And we're going to round to the nearest whole number. Okay, so what is our goal? Milliliter. Okay, so PPP, our patient's weight is 47 kgs. Our prescription is 15 mg per kg per dose. Okay, and then our concentration is 250 milligrams per 5 ml. All right. So if we're looking for milliliter, what are we going to start with? Y'all, please excuse me. I'm still getting over the flu. I feel better, but I still got this little lingering cough. Exactly. Milliliters. So we're going to take it and we're going to flip it. You got it. I see you putting it in the chat. Exactly. All right. So we've used that. So now what's next? We have milligrams at the bottom. We have a puzzle piece with milligrams, so we'll put those right there at the top. So 15 mgs per kg per dose. Okay. And now we've got kg and dose at the bottom. The dose can stay because it asks for milliliter. So if it doesn't give you a specific like minute, hour, day, it is understood that we're looking for 1 dose. So that dose can stay, okay? So we'll put our 47 kilograms and it's by itself. So I'll put it over 1. Everything is gone now except for the goal. All right. So we'll do our math. And y'all notice I'm not writing down all of these numbers because that's another step. My philosophy is the more steps that you take, the more mistakes you're able to make. Okay, so I keep everything inside the calculator, and you see this is just a cute little bubbly calculator. It's very clicky clackety, and it's very simple. Okay, just the basic functions and the square root key is all you really need for your dosage calc. Don't go out there and spend your hard-earned money on a scientific calculator. You don't need all of that. Okay, you can be cute with this. All right, so I'm keeping everything inside the calculator. I call it the calculator trick. So I'll put all my numbers in the numerator and I'm gonna multiply them. Once I get to that top of that line, I'm gonna hit divide, and then I'll enter all of my numbers on the bottom, but I'll hit divide in between those, and I don't enter the ones because they don't make a difference. Okay, so I'll do 5 times 15 times 47 divided by 250 equals 14.1. And then it says to round to the nearest whole number. So our answer will be 14 milliliters per dose. Where did the 5 come from? Talking about this 5. It came from the drug concentration. So remember I said that what we are looking for, that's what we start with. Because we were looking for milliliters, that was 5 milliliters. So I just flipped that puzzle piece. I passed my T's with an 82 and applied to my nursing program and passed my DA exams thanks to you. Congratulations, Carmen. I'm so excited to see it. Congratulations. Okay, so what do y'all think about that one? Anybody have a question? It's just us and all these strangers on here. So I'd rather you get it out here now than go into class and be stuck. Marcus, yes, round of applause. I never knew we could flip the puzzle pieces because of the division. I thought it had to be the way it's. Nope, we don't change it. And see, that's how the math is going to math. You just got to have the equation to be set up to where it's multiplying the numbers that need to be multiplied and dividing, So therefore you can flip. You can flip. This makes it much easier. Yeah, awesome. I actually understand just now, but I be stuck in class. Okay. Well, just keep on, come on. Just keep on practicing, keep on studying. It'll get better. I take my T's in February. Any recommendations? T's test? Jakara Lewis. She'll help you out with the math for the T's. Have on hand the 15 milligrams per kilogram dose is desired. Yeah, that's your desire. And in order, if you're doing the desire over half, you would have to multiply your weight by the order. That was easy. Thank you for the breakdowns. Oh, you're welcome. You see why I like these? These are my favorites. Do you have to flip it or can you leave it? You don't have to do nothing but stay your ethnicity and pass away. But for for the sake of the puzzle pieces, it works just like that, because everything else is going to have to be crossed out. And so you know what's going to be on the bottom has to go to the top, and so forth and so on, because you're starting with what it is that you're looking for. So everything else has to be canceled out. First time on your live following, you made it simple for me. Okay, Tasha, that's what's up. Yeah, I didn't realize we were multiplying. Yes, you multiply across the top, across the bottom, and then you divide the top by the bottom. Or if you use the calculator trick, it's all of the top that's multiplied in, and then all of the bottom that's divided in. Yeah, I will do another question. I sure will. We ignore the frequency for the weight base? No, you ignore the frequency depending on what the goal is. So if this asks me how many milliliters per day, that's when you use the frequency. Okay, so you see the order has 15 milligrams per kilogram per dose, so that is the amount for one dose. If this asks me how many milliliters per day, I need to know how many doses are in the day, right? So that's when you look at the frequency. The frequency is how often you give a dose in a day. In this case, it's every 8 hours. So if I have 24 hours in a day and I divide that by 8, that means that I will give that medicine 3 times. So in essence, I would have to multiply 14 by 3 to figure out the amount for the whole day. But since this was just asking for one dose and we already had dose in our puzzle piece, then you don't need to use the frequency. Okay? Not a nurse, but came across your live, and you're an amazing teacher. You're going to help so many. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jakara Lewis for T's Math, definitely get her workbook. It helped you pass. Okay, yeah, she's amazing. She's such a beautiful person too. Love Jakara. Love, love, love her. Mm-hmm. Okay, what are we doing next? IV infusion. All right. Boom. How many of y'all are scared of IVs? Like, to start IVs, touch the pump, do the questions, what? Like, let me know. You're not a nurse, you're doing radiology. Okay, awesome. We need you. Yes. So how do you set the problem up again? You start with the goal. So the goal is the question. You start with what you're looking for. You start in January. Yes, awesome. Girl, I'm scared to set up the pump. The pump is the pump. You're a human. Okay? Y'all got this. All right. So order, infuse 500 milliliters of normal saline, that's what NS means, over 4 to 5 minutes. What will the nurse set the IV pump to administer the bolus fluid dose? Okay, so anytime you see a question that has IV pump, you're going to be looking for milliliter per hour. Okay, if your question has a drop factor in there, and that's going to be going by gravity, so that'll be drop per minute. Either way it goes, you're looking for volume over time. Okay, how much volume they want the patient to receive, so milliliter or liter, those are your volume measurements, over the infusion time, how long they want it to take to go in. So if you see something that says every 8 hours, every 12 hours, or whatever, is that infusion time? No, that's a frequency. Every time you see every in front of a time frame, that's a frequency. You don't use that, because we don't want to know how many times to give this IV medicine. We want to know how long it takes to go into the patient's vein. Okay. All right. So go milliliter per hour. All right. So what is our volume? Our volume is 500 mLs. What is our time? Over 40. It literally tells you to put it over 45 minutes. Okay. So I'll put it over 45 minutes. Okay. So our goal was milliliter at the top, which we have, but now we have to get hour at the bottom. We have minute. So I'll just do my minute to hour conversion. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. My minutes cross out, and now I have the goal. That's it. That's it. 500 times 60. Well, 500 times 60 divided by 45. So it's a lot of sixes on here. So what if we round this to the nearest whole number? Our answer will be 667 milliliters per hour. Okay? Just like that. Puzzle pieces. You see, we're doing it the same way. I like you. Ran across your live on my FYP. Awesome. Y'all are doing what it needs to do to make the across the FYP. So let's double tap. Double tap in between. I know you're trying to work them out. Thank you so much for the support and sharing and double tapping. I need more weight base. Okay, Kathy. Okay, I got you. So you put what you want on top, as in milliliter per minute. You would write the problem with the milliliter on the top. Exactly. So whatever the goal is, that's how you want your problem, your equation to be set up as. So you want your milliliters on the top and you want hour on the bottom. If it gave you a minute, then that's still your time. You just have to put in your conversion and then your minutes will cross out and you have your hour on the bottom. Okay. Well, thank you. You're welcome. I'm understanding. Nursey is the truth. Captain D's coming. Okay. Hey. They're making us learn this for radiology. Thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate it. Yeah, so when I get called to the board Wednesday, I won't be stuck. Yes, you go up there with confidence and throw them puzzle pieces on there. I have a dosage calc exam coming up next week. Okay. So the pump always uses milliliter per hour. Yes. Yes. I'm taking my T's in January, and you scared. Okay, we don't say the S word. We don't say the F word either. No scaries, no fearies, no tearies. We do puzzle pieces here, okay? All right, you make it so simple, and that's the goal. That is the goal. So just make sure to arrange the numbers so you can cross out what's equivalent. It's not so much the numbers, it's the units. So remember when I said if you're not writing your units by your numbers, that's when you get lost because you don't know what to cross out and what to put on the top and the bottom. The juice in the sauce is in the units of measure, okay? Hey, Cambrisha. Reconstitution, yeah, I think I got one. So just make sure you arrange the, okay, all right, I think I just read that. I got an exam this week. Y'all with this fear, y'all got this. You got this. It's just puzzle pieces. You got this. So excuse me. So the live is on YouTube right now. So as soon as we get done, you can view the replay. My YouTube handle is the same as here, Blessed RN. And I will be moving the platform to YouTube in January because this one is uncertain. So yeah, make sure you go and subscribe so you can get the notifications. And there's also some goodies there. Yeah. Lots of good stuff broken down already. And then I've got quizzes and study sheets and practice questions on my website for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I have my IV course that's 20% off. So, hey, it's there. It's there for the taking. All right. You got to pass with the 80. You can do that. What time do you start? So they'll be 8:00 p.m. Central Time is my times. I was starting at 7:30 on Sunday nights, but my toddler, yeah, yeah. Hey Rita, that's what's up, okay? I'll be right over there. Yes. All right. So an IV infusion of 250 mLs at a drip rate of 25 drops per minute using a drop factor of 10 drops per milliliters has been ordered to be started at 8:15. Calculate the infusion time. So the infusion time is how long will this run? Okay. So what's our goal here? What is this asking? This is asking for time, right? So when you see that this is asking for time, we're going to be using hours. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you solve for hours, when you solve for the time, which is going to be hours, you get a whole number and then you might get a decimal behind it. That whole number is the hour part. The number behind the decimal is the minute part. And we'll find that by multiplying all of your numbers behind the decimal times 60. Okay? All right. So let's put our puzzle pieces. We got 250 ml. That's ordered to be going at 25 drops per minute, and the drop factor, because this is not on the pump, this is going by gravity, because remember a drop factor, so drop factor is just how many drops in that chamber deliver 1 milliliter of medicine or solution. Okay, all right, and then we start at 8:15. So if we're looking for hour, what do we start with? Can you please do intake and output when you have an IV piggyback? I think I got one. I'm not sure if I got one queued up or not. What are we starting with? What's the goal? That's the number one rule. Start what you're looking for. You won't have to go find it. Okay. So we're gonna start with hour. So do we have hour? No, we have minute. But I'm still gonna start with hour because that's what I said do. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, that's what we're starting with. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. Now I've got my minutes on the bottom. I'm gonna put my minutes on the top. Okay. So this has minute in it, right? Just flip it. 25 GTT. Now I've got my drops on the bottom, so I'll put my drops on the top, which is this one. My drops cross out. You see how I'm going step by step, canceling out the units and looking at the bottom to see what needs to go to the top next? That's how you do it. And then lastly, I have 250 ml. And remember, it's by itself, so I keep it over 1. Okay? Everything is gone now except for hours, which is our goal. So I'll do 10 times 250 divided by 60 divided by 25. And that's going to be 1.6 repeating hours, right? So remember, this part is the hour part. This part is the minute part. So I'm going to take about 2 decimal places behind the decimal and multiply by 60. So 0.66 times 60 is 39.4. So that's 40 minutes. So it'll take 1 hour and 40 minutes to complete. Okay, so it says calculate the infusion time. That's the infusion time. What if it asked us what time will it be done? Okay, so if we want to see what time will it be done, if you started at 8:15, so 08:15, and then we'll add our hour and 40 minutes. So 1 hour and 40 minutes. This side is the minute side. This side is the hour side. So 15 plus 40 is 55. And then that's 09. So our end time is 09:55. Boom, boom. Hey, Kevin, I see you sneaking up in here. Y'all, that is the guy to help you get these nursing questions down packed, the strategist himself, Nurse Kevin, the boot nurse, esteemed author. Wait, the ending has confused when 1.6 is. Yeah, because it's repeating. I put the little line over it, the little notation that it keeps repeating. So, yes, go ahead and pin yourself, Kevin. So y'all, he does lives 3 times a week. Him and Nurse Amber, they break down questions with rationales to show you how to answer these questions, because it's not enough to know the nursing material. You got to learn how to give the question what the question wants, just like this. Okay, all right. All right. Any more questions about this one? How do you know to start with the hour? Because that's the goal. I start with what it is that I'm looking for every single time. Mm-hmm. Any more questions before I move on? How'd y'all like that question? Let me get some double taps. We had 3.1K. I know I done some work tonight. Oh, love is what love does. Show me some love, child. This one was hard. It's different. It's different, but it's the same concept. Continuous bladder and intake, CBI. Is that what you mean, Naomi? Um, Good night. Love how you broke it down. Yes, thank you. That one 6.6 got me thinking. Okay. Is this for first semesters? Different programs have different things. So it might be. I don't know. You are amazing. Thank you. You're amazing. Why did you do 0.66 times 60? So remember when I told you we were looking for hours, right? So that is 1.6666 repeating hours. So if that had been 1.5 hours, we know that that point 0.5 is half an hour. So that would have been an hour and 30 minutes. So when we got 0.6666 repeating, I don't know how many minutes that is. So in order to find the exact minutes, you take the number behind the decimal and you multiply it by 60. Mm-hmm. Hey, Drea. Naomi, I think I got a continuous bladder one. It's somewhere in the mix. It's all in my files. I got questions everywhere. So I have to, y'all let me know what you would like to see on Wednesday night, and then I can have them queued up. How about that? 1 hour and 40 minutes past 08:15 is 9:55. Exactly. So that's our end time. You got it right. Okay, BSA problem. I can put it on for Wednesday. 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Sure will. All right. What do we have here? Dunt, dunt, dunt. Pediatric safe dose. Y'all like pediatric safe dose? You're a third year BSN major? Okay, awesome. You've done too many of these. I understand. So we usually take the first two numbers as far as the decimal. Yeah, Tressa, you could take three, take four. I mean, if it needs to be rounded, you'll see. Just like that, if you did 0.66 times 60, it was 39.6. Round that to 40 minutes. That's 40 minutes. Hell no, I hate these. Oh goodness. Oh my gosh, I have my test on these tomorrow. Okay, so listen. Don't let these children punk y'all out. Okay, they just little people. And my little person don't went to bed. I put her under the bed. So we're not gonna be scared of children and pediatric problems. They're just smaller people. Okay. So what pediatric safe dose problems are is we're taking what we know to be safe and we're figuring out what it is by using the patient's weight. Okay, so you got your green zone, which is safe, which is the numbers that you'll calculate, and then you got the red zone, which is below those numbers. Then you take what's ordered by the doctor and trying to see if that order is in the green zone, which is safe, or in the red zone, which is not safe. Okay? That's all these problems are asking you to do. Okay? Let's look. Drug D, 40.5 milligrams by mouth twice a day. The child weighs 25 pounds. Okay, so that's the order. The recommended safe dose for drug D is 2.5 to 5.5 milligrams per kilogram per day, divided into doses every 12 hours. Drug D is available in the concentration of 25 milligrams per milliliter. How many milliliter will you give per dose? And is the ordered dose safe to give? So this is written kind of backwards. I'm gonna see if it's safe first before I see how much I'm gonna give. Okay, and y'all, thank you for all the gifts. They pop up kind of late because I'm on my computer when it's set up, so I don't see them pop up all the time. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is find what is safe. Okay, so this is your safe dose range. Now look, the question asked is the ordered dose safe. So our goal is going to be to find how many milligrams in a dose is safe. Y'all see that? Because they could ask the daily safe range. So you have to pay attention to the wording and the details. All right. So we've got our patient weighs 25 pounds. Am I going to touch it? Nope. I'm going to let the math. Quit doing all that extra work and all that extra steps, having to round and do extra calculator work. Just do one big shebang, okay? All right. So, we'll do our 2.5 milligrams per kg per day. So you see, that is for a whole day. It has to be divided into 12-hour dosing. Okay, so if you have 24 hours in a day, you give it every 12 hours. That means there are 2 doses in one day. So one day has 2 doses. Now we can set the problem up. If I'm looking for milligram, I start with my milligrams, right? So 2.5 mg per kg per dose. I don't have any kilograms. I have pounds, so I'm going to put my conversion in. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. And then I put my patient's weight so that my pounds cross out. And the only thing that's left now is what? This is supposed to be kg per day. Sorry. The last thing is one day has 2 doses in it. So your day is crossed out. Now you have milligram per dose. Okay? Y'all with me so far? You with me? Put a 1 in the chat. Put your finger in there if you the one, girl. Yeah. All right. Boom. So 2.5 times 25 divided by 2.2 divided by 2. So that's going to be 14.28. No, 20, sorry. 2, so 14.2 milligrams per dose. So that's the least amount, okay? All right. We'll do the same thing with the 5.5 milligrams per kilogram per day. All right. So 5.5 milligrams per kg per day times 1 kg is 2.2 pounds times your 25 pounds over 1 times your 1 day is 2 doses. So this is the order safe dose amount. I cross my kgs out. I cross my pounds out. I cross that day out because I need how many milligrams is in 1 dose. Okay, so 5.5 times 25 divided by 2.2 divided by 2, which is 31.25. So let's do 31.3. Round it to the nearest tenth. All right, let's see what y'all saying. You lost. Okay, I'll back it up. How did you know what the goal was if it says how many milliliters? Okay, so I said it was written backwards because before I give anything, I'm going to see if it's safe. Well, I pull up the medicine and it's toxic or it's not therapeutic. So first things first, see if it's safe, okay? So what I did was, because it says, is the ordered dose safe? This is your safe dose range. That is the amount for the whole day. We need to see the amount for 1 dose. It goes on to say that you can't give all of that at one time. You have to divide it into equal doses every 12 hours. 24 hours is in a day. You're giving it every 12 hours. So 24 divided by 12 is going to be 2 doses. Okay. So I started with what I was looking for. How many milligrams is in a dose? Okay. So I did my 2.5 milligrams per kilogram per day, put my metric conversion for kgs and pounds, place my pounds. So all of that crossed out. And that last step is going to tell me how much is in a dose. So that 1 day per 2 doses. Okay. And then that's 14.2 milligrams per dose. Do the exact same thing with your upper limit, which is your 5.5 milligrams per kilogram per day. Yeah, okay, you got it now? All right. So our safe dose range is 14.2 to 31.3 milligrams per dose. Now you look back at what's ordered, okay? This is 1 dose. That 40.5 milligrams is one dose that they want to have twice a day. This is your safe zone. So what's right here is safe. Anything that's less than or more than those two numbers that you already found is not safe. Does 40.5 fit in between those two numbers, which is the green zone, or are they in the red zone? The doctor ordered too much. It's toxic. I'm slipping under whatever Britney Spears said, right? So it's too much. It's not safe. That's how you do these type of problems. Find the safe zone depending on what the question is asking you for, either the daily amount or the amount per dose. You go back to your order and you see how that order fits in there. You have now became a detective and put your nurse hat down. You're trying to figure out, is it safe? And this time it is not safe. Okay, but do we still need to answer how many milligrams? I ain't answering how many. No, I'm getting on the phone. I'm like, hey, this is too much. Because like if you figure out how many milliliters, it's just a simple either milliliter over 25 milligrams times your 40.5 milligrams. So that part's not hard. Okay. Took me too long to do this, but I got it. Okay. Okay. That's all that matters. Woo child. Woo Chile. But that's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. First find what's safe. Then I know my phone ain't ringing with Reliatran. This is after business hours. Oh my goodness. Okay. Is there a spectrum for the kinds of questions that are asked, or can it be any? I'm not sure I understand your question. Not the doctor. All right. So that's how we did that one. You have to see what the question is asking. Okay. Question the order. Exactly. What am I doing? Okay. Ooh, y'all ready to put these puzzle pieces to work? Let's see who can do this one. This is like my second favorite, I think. Yeah, but you have to know. But how do you know where to start? I get so lost. Are you talking about on this one or like the safe dose one? Anyone, you start what you look for. Is this reconstitution? No, this is how many micrograms per kilogram per minute. So you might see this one in like your critical drips. But it's okay because we got puzzle pieces. All right. So patient is receiving drug IV at 12.5 milliliters per hour. Patient weighs 82 kgs. And they have drug D 250 mg per 250 ml in normal saline. How many mics per kilogram per minute is the patient receiving? All right, so goal. That's the first thing. First things first. Not panic, but it's the right to goal. Because no fear, no tears. We do puzzle pieces here. Okay. All right. It is 0.9%, the 9 grams in 100. Yeah, but that's just a type of solvent. Solute. Solvent. Solvent. I had to think about it. That the medicine is floating around in. Okay. So it's fluff. Don't even look at it. Okay. All right. So what are our puzzle pieces? The things that go together, right? Exactly. 12.5 mLs per hour and 82 kgs. Well, okay, there we go. And then we've got 250 mgs per 250 ml. All right. Okie dokie, hokey pokey. So, what are we going to start with? What have I been telling you all night? We start with what we're looking for. Because it's not important. That's just the type of okay. So let me tell you something. Let me. Okay, pause, y'all. Pause. Because we like to make sure everybody is together. Yeah, cross out the fluff. So basically, she asked why I cross this out. So 0.9% normal saline. You see right here, you have drug D. I'm sorry. This little thing just freaked me out. It's about to get put out because I haven't crunk it up in forever. Like, you see this? This just started like going on its own. I hadn't crunk it up. My brother-in-law got it for me for Christmas, and it just like ding dong, baby. Okay, I'm sorry. Whew. All right. What was I even saying? Concentration. So drug D is floating around. So 250 milligrams of drug D is floating around in 250 mLs of normal saline. Okay. So normal saline is just the vehicle. It's just the method that the drug is going to be infused in, because we know we can't give anything that's whole in the vein, right? It's gonna clot, and then you're gonna kill your patient. You know, if you crush up a pill and put it in IV, you can't do that. So it has to be in an IV form. So that fluid that's in the IV bag, you have that fluid that's holding the medicine. That's what it's floating around in. This is just what type of fluid it is. You just need the concentration of the medicine, which is 250 mgs per 250 mLs. So 250 milligrams of the drug molecules per or floating around in those 250 mLs of normal saline. Okay, so that's why we don't need that. That's just extra information. It's fluff. It's important to know. It's part of an official order, but for all intents and purposes of solving this question, it does not matter. Okay, don't get caught up in all the extra stuff, because there are a whole bunch of fluff. All right, cross it out. Yes. Exactly. All right. So, boom. What we doing? Okay, we starting with the micrograms, right? Exactly, Tressa. So we don't have micrograms, but we have milligrams. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start with my conversion. So 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram. Okay. So now I've got my milligrams on the bottom, so I can put my milligrams on the top. So 250 mgs per 250 ml. Milligrams crosses out. Now we got milliliter on the bottom. I can put my milliliter on the top. So 12.5 mLs per hour. You see, I'm just going from puzzle piece to puzzle piece, keeping everything together and just flipping it to how I need it to be. All right, so we started with what we're looking for. So we got the first goal, which is micrograms on the top. Now I have to get kg in minutes on the bottom. I got hour on the bottom. So that means that I need to do what? Another conversion. All right, so 1 hour is 60 minutes. So you see, I have my minutes now. Boom. And the last thing that I have to put on the bottom is my kgs. Why? Because that's what the goal told me to do. And that's what we need to do to answer the question. Okay. So you put those 82 kgs right here on the bottom, like the goal told you. All right. Put this little puzzle piece on there. All right, and I'm gonna put my 1 on the top this time, just to show you that 82 goes in the denominator. All right, everything is gone, and we have our picture. Our picture matches the puzzle box now, right? So now you can set it up. Well, it's set up. You can do the math. So 1,000 times 250 times 12.5 divide 250 divide 60 divide 82. And I got 2.54 micrograms per kilogram per minute. What if this asked us to round to the nearest tenths place? What would our answer be? if it asks for the nearest tens place. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. 2.5. And always, 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 please always remember to round and remember to label, because I don't want to see you do all this wonderful, beautiful puzzle work and then you get it wrong because you didn't label or you didn't round. Okay, so 2.5 microgram per kg per minute. Any questions? Hold up, hold up, hold up. How did you know to do 1 over 82? Okay, so the goal. Remember, that's your Jiminy Cricket. Let your goal be your guide. It told me that I needed my kilograms at the bottom. So therefore, I put my 82 kilogram puzzle piece at the bottom. And I just put the 1 on the top this time. Because remember what I said, that 1 is just a placeholder to show you where that number goes, either on the top or on the bottom. It makes so much sense to start with the goal. I don't know why our professor didn't explain. I don't know why they didn't either, child. I'm not finna start. I'm not finna start. I'm not finna start. But here we are. Here we are. Yeah, but how do you know when you know, like, when it's appropriate? So it's by itself. So the 82 kilograms is by itself. It's not 82 kilograms per day or per minute or per something. It's just 82 kilograms. It's not with anything. So remember, anything that's by itself, you put over 1. Because anything that's divided by 1 or multiplied by 1 is what itself, right? So it doesn't make any difference mathematically. That 1 is just a placeholder. Yeah, no, this is actually easy the way you explained it. Our professor always started with the order. See, you can start with different things. It just makes it a little bit difficult to, get around. But yeah, if it helps. Well, okay, wait. Okay. I feel like I just used the 1 as an excuse to get the conversion. It's not a conversion, it's just like the number. There's no conversion needed. A conversion has to have something else to go to convert with it. It's just the weight. I do have a YouTube. It's a blessed RN. Y'all should go and subscribe, because that's where these sessions will become the beginning of the year. Yeah, you good at tutoring. I am a personal tutor, actually. Actually, because that's my website. And if you go in there, try to look for a seat. I don't have my availability on there this week, so you have to send me a message. But I do normally am available in the mornings and in the evenings. And then you can also find on the resource tab, I have quizzes, and there's an IV course, and there's a actual 20% off of it right now for ACE dosage, and it's 20% off the course. I'm coming out with a workbook soon to show you how to do these puzzle pieces in book form. Me in book form. Yep. And the YouTube channel has all the problems like this kind of broken down individually. So you can either re-watch the replays, or you can go on the different playlists and find what you need. Yup. Okay. I could tutor you. Just send me a message. You're welcome, Jackie. How did I come up with the goal? The goal is what the question is asking you. Okay? The goal is always the question mark, right? So how many micrograms per kilogram per minute? How many milliliters per hour? How many tablets? Whatever the question is asking you, that is the goal, because that's what you're trying to solve for. Would you be able to do another similar problem? I had to look for it. But I definitely will include it on Wednesday. Is this for nursing school? Yup, it is. Good for you, love. You're a great teacher. Oh, thank you. This is why it's important to take chemistry. It's all to convert. And see in chemistry. I moment of clarity, moment of truth. I used to hate this in chemistry. I didn't do this method in school. I was a pharmacy technician before I was an LPN, before I was an RN. And I was pretty good at math. So I know how to, multiply this and divide that, put it into a ratio, and you know what I'm saying? Like I was a good math person. But if you're not good at math, then you see we don't do a lick of math until the end. We're just setting up the equation based on the units of measure. That's it. Okay? But yeah, I was confused. It's like, what do you start with? What goes on the top? What goes on the bottom? Where does the one go? Where does the 1,000 go? It didn't make sense to me. I'm doing prereqs, and this is a medical math prerequisite I have now. Okay, they won't let us take chemistry until you pass. What? Everybody has their own things, I guess. All right. So, IV infusion, drug A, 2.5 grams, IV piggyback to infuse over 45 minutes. Drug A is available from the pharmacy as 2.5 grams in 250 mLs of normal saline. What will the nurse set the IV pump, milliliter per hour, to administer the dose of drug A? All right, y'all. Let's do it. Our goal is milliliter per hour. Okay, so what is the volume? Because remember, IV is volume over time. What's the volume? Thank y'all for sharing the lives. I appreciate it. Come on, Keely. 250 ml. Don't you fall for that fluff. What is the time? Okay, so we got milliliter and we got minute. So what do we do next? How do we fix this? What puzzle piece do we put next? Voila, magic. Nah, it's just puzzle pieces. Oh, I'm gonna wake up and be so serious one day. It's gonna scare the living crap out of me. 250 times 60 divided by 45. And that's gonna be 3333.333. So I'm just gonna put it as a whole number. And that's it. I am so proud of y'all because not one person, and I'm from Alabama. Where are y'all from? Y'all let me know where you from. I'm from Bama. So sometimes I let the little country slip out. But not one person on here said 2.5 grams. And I'm so excited. Exact. Oh, I got some Bamas in here. What's up? What's up, y'all? All right. So exactly. That was the fluff. And y'all did not fall for it. I love 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 it. New York. Ooh, I bet it's cold. Chicago. Yeah. Okay. So you see, we've done all types of problems. We're doing it the same way. Same way. All right, so 120 mLs of normal saline is to infuse over 8 hours. On hand is an IV tubing with a drop factor of 20 drops per milliliter. Calculate the flow rate in drops per minute. Okay, so you just disregard the concentration when it's about the IV rate. You find the volume, because if you infuse 250 mLs and 200 or 2.5 grams is in that 250 mLs, and what's ordered is 2.5 grams, isn't that 2.5 grams in the liquid? So we're not looking for milligrams, grams, micrograms, none of that. We need volume over time. Okay? So with IV is always volume over time. How much over how long to give it to the patient. unless it's the weight based. So that milliliter per hour, when it's weight based, you have to use the weight based, like the order, the PPP part, the order and the concentration and the patient's weight. But if it's just giving you straight concentration in a time, volume over time. Okay. All right. So this one is goal drops per minute, right? Whoa, what the heckity of hex is going on? I did not change that. Y'all saw that? Oh man. Let's see. Drops per minute. Okay. All right. So, what is our volume and what is our time? Our volume, our time. So, volume over your time. And then you have your drop factor, because that's what the drop per minute one is going via gravity. It's not on the an IV pump. So 20 drops per milliliter. All right. So what are we gonna start with? What are we starting with? If we're looking for drops on the top and minutes on the bottom, we start with our drops. So 20 drops per ml. That's this one right here. And then I've got my milliliter on the bottom, so I'll put my milliliters on the top. All right. And then I've got drops on the top, but I need minutes on the bottom. I have hours. So my last puzzle piece would be 1 hour over 60 minutes. Y'all, we up here doing these problems without breaking a sweat. It's that easy. In the same way every single time. Every single time. 20 times 1200 divided by 8 divided by 60. It's going to be 50 drops per minute. That's it. People are like, well, dimensional analysis is so long and so this and that and third, and I got a time test. Do you see how we flying through these problems? Okay. It's making so much sense now. Yes. Okay. See, I be overthinking these questions because all of the words, when it's really that simple, quit getting caught up in the fluff. Use the goal. After is some people they don't even read the question. They just go to the end part. It's like, okay, what's the goal? And then they look back inside and find the puzzle pieces. So, how did you know to start with ML at the bottom? Because this was the puzzle piece that had the drops in it. So I knew I needed my drops on the top. So I needed a puzzle piece with the drops in it. So what's together, you keep together. Okay? They married. They go together real bad. 20 drops is married to milliliter. So they stick together. So you keep what's together, and they go on a puzzle piece. It's making, okay, what is this class for? Dosage calculations. With drops. Oh, and Loria one. Because you always start with that top unit on the goal. That's what's first, and it goes on the top. So whatever puzzle piece has that unit in it, that's what you start with. Because you're trying to get to drops per minute. You don't have a puzzle piece with drops per minute. You're working your way to make it look like that puzzle, that completed puzzle, if that makes sense. Da-da-dee-da-da-da. All right. Now, if it was hours, would you just divide the 1200 by the 8? So it's usually drops per minute or milliliter per hour. So you have to convert it to minutes. So the answer is just 50. 50 drops per minute. Can you go over how to remember dosage units? Yeah, I can do that for y'all. Got it. you're trying to end with the goal. Yes, 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 yes. That's exactly it. I passed my dosage. Hesse. Kay! Oh, shucks. Mm. Yes, ma'am, Pam. I wasn't worried about you. I was not worried about you. Yes, this is on YouTube. It sure is. Oh, love to see it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You worked really hard. It's not just me. You did that work too. Yes, yes, yes. You're so welcome. Oh, oh, love to see it. All right, weight-based milliliter per dose. A nurse is preparing to administer drug B, 20 milligrams per kilogram per day by mouth, divided in equal dosing every 8 hours to a patient who weighs 155 pounds. Drug, what's up? Okay, drug B is available as 125 milligrams per 5 milliliter. How many milliliters should the nurse administer per dose? Okay, okay. So, what is our goal? Oh, thank you so much. Uh-huh. You're picking it up. You're picking up what I'm dropping now, aren't you? Okay. All right. Milliliter. And remember, you have to get it all per dose. Exactly. Because it's asking something specific. So we want dose to go on the bottom. Because look, what's in the order? Remember, that's the whole amount for the whole day. That's not what it's asking us to solve for. So we got to be specific, okay? All right. So our patient's weight is 155 pounds. Remember, PPP, patient's weight, prescription product, okay? So we have our prescription is 20 mgs per kg per day. So we need to figure out, we got to look at the frequency. So this is every, that's how we know, boom, frequency, right? So every 8 hours. So if we divide 24 hours divided by 8, that gives us 3 doses in a day, okay? So in one day, there are 3 doses, all right? And then our medicine comes as 125 milligrams per 5 milliliter. So let's set it up. Yes, Kay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I felt so bad because we were studying and I was like, I can't study anymore because I got the flu. But oh girl, she passed with flying colors. I love to see it. Love to see it. Y'all come back and let me know how you are going to pass with your puzzle pieces too. Okay? Hey, Life with Cash. Hey. What's up? How you doing? Okay, so what are we starting with? We looking for milliliters on the top and dose on the bottom, right? So what we start with? We start with our milliliters. How did I get 3 doses? I got 3 doses because of the frequency. So remember, I said if we're looking for the daily, well, you have the daily amount ordered and you need to see the per dose, you have to use the frequency because a frequency is how often you give a dose in a day. Okay? So 24 hours divided by 8, which is your frequency. So one day has 3 doses in it. You can't give that whole 20 milligrams per kilogram per day at one time. It's got to be divided. You with me? Chief Keef, are you with me? Oh, yeah. All right. So 5 ml over 125 mg. Okay. Now we've got our milligrams at the bottom. So we put our milligram per kilogram per day puzzle piece next. Cross it out. Now we've got our kg in day. So I just go from left to right. Yeah, left to right. So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds because my weight is in pounds. I'm not pre-converting nothing. You see, I let the math, the equation will take care of all of your conversions, okay? So kg crosses out, pounds crosses out. Now I got day at the bottom. So my last puzzle piece would be 1 day is 3 doses. And you see my days cross out. And now I have milliliter per dose. Okay. So we'll do 5 times 20 times 155 divided by 125 divided by 2.2 divided by 3. 18.78. And then it says to round to the nearest whole number. So 18.78 is going to be 19 milliliters per dose. Well, per doses. Dose. Whoop. It's okay. You could double tap. It's okay. It's okay. All of that. So, why 155 pounds over 1? Okay, so that 155 pounds is by itself. It's not per day. It's not per minute, per hour. A lot of people like to pair stuff that don't go together. If it's by itself, it's by itself. So if it's by itself, it goes over 1. That 1 is just a placeholder to show you that it goes in that numerator. It's not going to be at the bottom. It's going to be at the top. Okay. Do you post these examples anywhere for people? Yes, Rita. You could go on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN, and you can look at the replays. I've got in my link in my bio, I've got 2 of my my replays that I did when I did like a heavy ped session. So those are available for the replay. All of them are available for replay, but a lot of people ask about peds, so those 2 specifically I got pinned in my link in my bio. But all of them are on my YouTube channel. I have individual problems that are broken down. I've got how you set up the problem, how you do the calculator trick. I've got how to round, how to add time, how to change stuff to military time. It's just stuff. Like, there is no reason that you should go weary or leery waiting on Sunday and Wednesday, because it's enough. Okay. I sound like Candy Burst. Is it because I'm Southern? You explained it so well. Thank you. How do you know to flip the 5 and the 125 at the beginning? Because the goal tells me to. So the goal is milliliter. My puzzle piece that had milliliter in it was that 125 milligrams per 5 ml. I wanted that milliliter to be on the top, and it went first. So I flipped it so that the milliliter is on the top. Okay? You're welcome, Rita. She flew to be able to cancel out. Okay, yeah. All right. I take my dosage calculation test Thursday. First semester of nursing school. I'm so scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's okay. It's going to be all right. We're going to put together these puzzles, and it's going to be all right. Jesus be my strength. Yes, Lord. And my Redeemer. He said, I'm more than a conqueror. He said, I didn't give you a spirit of fear, but love, power, and a sound mind. Okay? Y'all got this. You got this. You got it. It's just different. It looks different because you haven't done it before. But in order to be something that you haven't never been, you've got to do something that you've never done before. And we're going to put these puzzle pieces together. And it's going to be all right. Then you're going to come back and you know what we're going to do for you? That's what we're going to do. So, yeah, put that fear aside. Pick up these puzzle pieces. I'm telling you. What time does this end? Well, let's see. I got one more question. I got one more for tonight. One more. So after that, it'll be done. But I usually start at 8:00 p.m. Central Time, and I'll be back on Wednesday night. Last week was a kind of flub week. I had flu A. Was at my grandmother-in-law's funeral. Had 103-degree fever. It was just awful. I couldn't do nothing with nothing last week, but I'm getting over it. You see, I still got this little residual cough, but God is good. So Wednesday night we should be okay. Okay. Woo, this is a lot of steps. Nene, it could be worse. It could be worse. Are you live every day? No. I have a dosage exam Friday, and I'm scared I won't pass it. Well, we can set up a private situation if you would like to. Just send me a message, okay? I'm glad you're feeling better. Me too, because that was not fun. Oh my goodness. All right, last question. Here we go. Here we go. It's a maternal question. Look at you, Tyra. You already putting a goal in here. I think y'all like that. Y'all like how that goal thing kind of works. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So, yes, yes, okay. And try writing your puzzle pieces to the side instead of trying to go back and forth inside of the question to like you already stressed, you got time restraints, you're confused. Put your puzzle pieces to the side so you can see what you're working with and let me know how it works. J Boo, hey, okay. All right. So, what is our goal? How many milliliters per hour? Yeah. All right. So, what are our puzzle pieces? 20 units of Pitocin is in 1,000 milliliters of lactated ringers. So, guess what? That N is a wedding ring. They go together real bad now, okay? 20 units per 1,000 ml, okay? And then what's prescribed is 15 milliunits. I'm just going to write MU per minute. All right. So I see somebody said, excuse me, milliunits. So everything can be measured in grams. Okay. So some stuff is milli equivalent, some stuff is units, some stuff is grains, right? Pitocin is milli units. So remember, you got your base unit. So 1 unit, right? So just like you have a gram, which is your base unit, the gram, you have the milligram. So just like you have your unit, you have the milli-unit. That prefix is still the same. It's still going to mean that 1,000 milliunits is 1 unit. Just like 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. Don't get caught up by the unit of measure, okay? You know things. All right. So, what are we doing? We are starting with what we're looking for, right? All right. So, we got 1,000 milliliters. And I'm going to flip it. Boom. So, 20 units is on the bottom. Okay. So, now I've got units on the bottom. And I need units on the top, right? I don't have units. I have milliunits. So, I can still put in my conversion. So, 1 unit is 1,000 milliunits. So now my units crosses out. I can put my 15 MUs per minute and they cancel out. And now I got minute on the bottom. I need hour on the bottom. So I'll do my 60 minutes is 1 hour. And everything now is gone except for milliliter per hour. People are like, well, why you just don't converting this now and the third? For what? Why am I going to do extra work? Quit making stuff hard. Quit making stuff hard. Well, you got to go 3 decimal places here and 3. No, I ain't putting decimal places nowhere. I'm putting my conversion in there and it's going to take care of it for me. I'm telling you, it could all be so simple. All right. And I got 45 milliliters per hour. Why did I flip it? Because that's what the goal told me to do. I listened to the goal. The goal is the answer to the question, right? The goal is going to tell you how to set up your problem. The goal is going to help you pick out puzzle pieces, like with the dose and the per day and stuff, right? It's going to show you how to set it up, what to start with. It's going to tell you what does not need to be there. It's going to tell you where to put it. Okay? Trust the goal. Trust the goal. So grateful I found you. I'm grateful you're here too. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all, I appreciate y'all coming in here and engaging in the live and sharing the live and just showing me so much love. I appreciate it. Thank you for your subscriptions on my channel, my YouTube channel. I do very much so appreciate all of the love. hmm Somebody asked me to show y'all how to remember your conversions. So we'll do that, and then it'll be night night. Wait, how did you get 45? Hold on. Oh, okay. So you multiply 1000 times 15 times 60, divide 20, divide 1000 equals 45. I use formula method, so now my brain is confused. You're welcome, Kayla, on YouTube. I see you. And yeah, formula can be easy, and then you get stuff like, yeah, and you're just like, what? Y'all are welcome. Need more nurses out there that are willing to teach. Absolutely. Heck yeah. Yeah, straight across. So 1000. So you, in essence, what you do is once your equation is set up, you multiply your numerators, then you multiply your denominators, and then you divide the numerators by the denominators, and then that's how you do it. But I use the calculator trick because I don't like writing down all those long numbers. All those zeros can get lost in the sauce, and we know what difference a zero can make in your answer if you leave or add one to it, right? It can either be really, really big or really, really small. And you're like, that don't look right. So I keep everything in my calculator. So the way that I do it with the calculator, um, I just multiply all of the numerators and then hit divide and then put in your denominators, and you put divide in between those and then equal sign one time. We need to use formula method, this in proportion. The professor would state which formula to use. What? I don't like that. I like using one method and making it work for everything. That's just confusing. That is confused the heck in. Okay, I do offer tutoring. You just have to send me a message. All right. So, all right, we talking about conversions because I come on here and I'm like, hey, have you studied your conversions today? So that is the basis to getting this down pat, to making it more smooth. Okay, so we know we have the base unit, so that's the gram, the meter, the liter, or the unit, right? That is one. Okay, so the ones that you normally use are going to be your milli and your micro and your kilo, right? So let's just say we're doing the grams. So we'll use grams for instance. So that's your base. So 1 gram. So we break this down. All right. So I use the cookie analogy. All right. Think about your favorite cookie from American Cookie Company. That's 1 gram. Okay. If you break that cookie down, just crumble it, you'll get 1,000 little crumbs. So 1 big cookie, you crumble it, you get 1,000 milligrams. 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. If you pick that up and you take one of these milligram crumbs, and you smash it down even further, you get a microgram. So that little dust, basically residue, right? So you put together your little residue piece that makes 1 crumb. You put together all your crumbs you get together, that makes 1 cookie. Okay. So then we've got the big kahuna, right? So if you went to Sam's Club and you got the big package, you would have 1,000 of these gram sized cookies in one big package. So you see, all of these are separated by the factor of 1,000. 1,000 grams is 1 kg. 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram. Make sense? I need help with drop factor and pediatric BSA. I'll put some on Wednesday, Chinook. Hayes. We need to know all three, and it's confusing. Yeah, it is confusing for no reason. I usually scroll by here from time to time to see your videos. I've recently passed my dosage exam since then. Hey, congratulations. You only use dimensional analysis. You never use DL. No, I don't. Because you know why? Desired over half can run out. And if you're not strong in math, you don't know where the heck to look. With dimensional analysis, you see I've done all of my problems the same way every single time. I started with a goal, I used my puzzle pieces, I lined them up, and I've crossed them out. I have metric conversions, IV flow rate, drops per minute, safe dose range, weight based, microgram per kilogram per minute, even IV completion time. And I did it all the same way with little to no worry. That's why I use dimensional analysis. We got lucky. We're only told to pick our method. Cool. Having to retake the class entirely. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Okay. So, yeah, I go hard for dimensional analysis. I really do. I did not like it in school, but guess who was strong at math? Me. That's who. But if you're not and you don't know what's going on, you don't have a background like in pharmacy technician like I did, because I knew what the sauce was. I knew what was going on. So that's why it worked for me. And I did not know how to do dimensional because it was not taught and broken down to me like that. But I'm here to help you with these puzzle pieces so that you can do it the same way without stress and without worry. Because when you start with desired over half, you're like, oh, I got this. Desire, boom, half, boom, volume, boom, or vehicle, boom. And then you get to something, it's like, slow down. How do you get what's desired? If you're not that mathy person, now you got problems. So that's why. All right. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. You're amazing. I understand something I never thought I would get. Oh, you will have to teach me this way because I feel like it's a pain. Well, J Boo, you like me because I didn't like it. I tell you all the time, I did not like it. It started at 8 o'clock tonight, or a little bit past 8. Literally a blessing for me. Your name definitely fits you. Thank you. Y'all so sweet. Thank you so much. Yes, when you know dimensional analysis, you conquer the world. You can't use desired over half for everything. Exactly. 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 So you start off on a good note because it doesn't go away. It does not go away. Okay. What you're saying? So from grams to milligrams, you multiply. Yes. So if you have something big and you break it down into pieces, that's a bigger amount of pieces, right? So you have 1 big gram and you break it down to 1,000 pieces. Those are 1,000 milligrams. Then you take one little milligram piece and you break it down to further pieces. It's 1,000 micrograms. And then if you have one whole cookie and you got a big old Costco or Sam size container, it's 1,000 of the mugs in there. Okay. So you see 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Don't make the stuff hard. Don't make it hard. Don't make it hard. Okay. And then with the multiply and divide, you can remember it just like what I showed you with the puzzle piece, not the puzzle piece, the cookie analogy, or when you set up your dimensional analysis. Okay. So what else we got? Teaspoon, tablespoon, and your ounces is 5 ml, 15 ml, 30 ml. Stop making it hard. 5, 15, 30. 1 teaspoon is 5 milliliters. 1 tablespoon is 15. 1 ounce is 30. If you don't remember between the teaspoon and the table, which one is larger, you put the teaspoon on top of the table. Okay? Rena, don't fear. You can look at the replay on my YouTube channel. A blessed start in. Okay? What else we doing? 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Whoa, buddy. See, I don't like this little update. They be trying to make they try to solve my stuff for me, and I'm like, I don't need that. Okay, 1 kg is 2.2 pounds, and then 1 pound is 16 ounces. Okay, that's all you need. Your feet. So 1 foot is 12 inches. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Okay. And then we'll talk about our grains. So 1 grain is 60 milligrams. And think about it like a clock. Okay. So 12, 3, 6, 9. Okay. So if we start at the 3, that's a quarter pass, right? So 1/4 grain is going to be 15 milligrams. Half pass, which is half a grain, is going to be 30 milligrams. All right, that's 3/4 grain. So 3/4 pass is 45 milligrams. Then you come back up to here and it's 1 hour. You got 60 minutes. 1 grain is 60 milligrams. Stop making it hard. It feels like I showed up to class. I read that already. Can you show whether to multiply or divide on the diagram that you put up? Hold on. Med Surge, Professor D. Is it Professor D? Next is nursing. It's look. It's late. Is it there? Is that her name? Next is nursing. Yeah, that's good. She good for that. Let me see. Hold on, child. So you see, okay. So you see that you multiply to get bigger. You divide to go back the other way. So if you must have something to remember this by, think little large left, might to slight right. Okay. So little large left. So going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, you move it 3 decimal spaces to the right if you're going from just one step to the next, okay? So 1, 2, 3. And then if you're going from a mighty unit, so might to slight, right. So kilogram to gram, you're going to move it 3 decimal places to the right. Gram to milligram, you're going to move it 3 decimal places to the right. I think this is on my website. The resource, that right there. I'm pretty sure I posted that. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. I think y'all warm me out tonight. Y'all make sure you go to the YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button, and you can view the replays. Thank you so much, YouTubers, for joining